Good morning from Oregon. This is where we spent the night last night. It is just off a logging road here. I want to say just off of 26, and we had a little bit of drama getting here last night. There's quite a few really good reported campsites up this logging road. We were headed up that road last night. As you can see, everything's frozen right now. We started to feel the car slip when we were on a steep incline. So I said, I'm gonna put the socks on because the last thing I want to do is end up in this ditch on the other side of the road. Here's what we're looking at. Just the act of rolling the car to get those on and then trying to get back on the road slid us a little bit. We have slid towards the edge, and this tire is very precariously right on the edge. Worst case scenario, we run our winch over to one of these trees, but I'm hoping I went overkill. We've got the socks on the front. At this point, I can't move them, but I've dug and scraped down to gravel around all four tires, so they should all have traction. As soon as they start moving, it should have traction, as long as I can keep it on the road here. Anyways, it got intense for a moment. It was really good practice for us. Nothing was too perilous because we had a lot of these trees right beside us that we could just winch our car back into the road if we needed. But we didn't need that. My trusty shovel got us down to gravel, and we just had enough traction to keep going. Perfect. Awesome. I really don't think it was as sketch as it felt, but it felt pretty sketch at the moment. After that experience, we didn't want to risk going further up the logging road and getting stuck far out somewhere. So we just came right back down and camped at this spot here. There's a car to see how close we are to a main road there. Traffic was super minimum. I actually think it saved us from being a lot more cold because the wind was just crazy all night. In fact, we've had some huge snow chunks get knocked off onto our tent. But you could see the tops of these trees blowing like crazy in the wind, and since we had to come back down here to the very bottom, we were totally sheltered from that, and we would not have been if we made it up to the campsite I was aiming for. All right, we are less than an hour out from the Oregon coast. That is our next stop. You guys might not be able to hear us much at all this stop because of the wind, but we're on Sand Dollar Beach here in Oregon. Oh, now you have a crab?
Yeah, she's assembling the pieces.
Where's your sand dollar that you found? Awesome. That's what this beach is called. This beach is called Sand Dollar Beach. Did you see lots of sand dollars or just that one?
Yeah, they're all down by the water.
Nice. Oh, yep, broken one. Might be running into our first major mechanical issue. I know it's going to catch everyone watching by surprise that something could possibly go wrong with this contraption. But I noticed while editing the footage from Castle Rock, Washington, it looked like our back wheels had a slight negative camber. So the top of the tires are pointed in towards the wheel well, which I mean, I'm just running an offset camber for better performance and stability. If I do have a negative camber, It is not intentional. Checked all the tire pressures, made sure everything was aired up exactly to where it's supposed to be. We've been in dramatically colder weather for a more sustained amount of time than we have ever been. I'm starting to offload weight. I'm gonna try to not transport water, but just fill up when we get to campsites and whatnot, or whenever we need it. Same with all the reserve fuel cans. I'm gonna run less reserve fuel and just try to bring the weight off the back end as much as possible. If we do have a negative camber in back, then it's going to be wearing the tires unevenly. If it is, it's very minor. It's just like I could slightly tell. Man, it's so hard to tell because the body lines curve in and it really throws me off. I don't know if I'm chasing a ghost or... I just spent some time underneath the car, took a bunch of photos, trying to figure out if something looks broken or looks the way it shouldn't. Hey, what's up? Ooh, you found more complete sand dollars? How cool is that? On Sand Dollar Beach. And underneath the car, taking photos and texting with my dad and my brother. My dad has a lifted Outback. My brother had a built out Crosstrek. He's also a mechanic with a lot of experience, so he's kind of my go-to for this stuff. Yeah, anyway, we're trying to assess it. It's nothing crazy. We're aware of it and watching. I'm gonna rotate the tires when I can. The other thing is we're literally an hour from Portland, and that's where Rallitek is. This should all probably be Rallitek anyway. I don't know. It's really tempting to just go pull in there and be like, help.
But
That's a pretty amazing collection.
people are allowed to play with crabs, aren't they?
Yes.
Let's make a sandcastle. Yeah!
But it's all a learning process, and man, is it fun.
Down the road.
Us and 3 elk caused an entire trip.
The party's over. It's because I got a white lens out. You can't get a white lens out. Look at this traffic jam. Film it. Crazy to see elk because the video I wanted to do today was hunt these elk along the beach, drive up and down them. But we can't because we're trying to figure something out with the car. And then what do you know? We run into the elk while we're trying to do that. Awesome. Yeah, so I have a 2023 Subaru Crosstrek, extremely heavily weighted down with gear for camping and overlanding. On this current trip I'm on, I have a slight negative camber on the back wheels, and when I got under it, it looks like the upper control arms are probably shot. All right. Well, that's good to hear. So what route should I go for suspension? And is that my only way if I want to address this camber? Is that pretty much the only way I should go about doing it, or is there something else to correct? You know, I see that online. Yep. It's a live and learn thing. I'm seeing that online all the time now. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. We're up in, I'll just say Seattle area because that's the closest reference point, but we're up there. We were on a road trip headed down through California. I'm in Seaside, Oregon right now when I just started noticing the camber. So that's why I was like, well, I'm going to call them while I'm right next to Rallitek and see what they have to say and go from there. So yeah, we're close enough. We're probably a 3-hour. Yep. Awesome. All right. Well, I appreciate it. And you too. Bye. Oh man, now I just have even more questions than answers. Not at any fault of Rallitek guy was super helpful. He was knowledgeable. I just am so unknowledgeable that I can't help his knowledge help me, if that makes sense. I really don't care how this plays out. This was supposed to be our trip out of the Northwest and down south into warmer weather. This was it. This was our last day to move before the torrential rain comes back in for, I don't know, a week straight. Almost the whole West Coast, honestly. But we have an issue, at least I think we do. And so while we know about it, we should address it and take care of the car. It's all part of the journey. Doesn't really make a huge difference whether we head back north or head south. The problem with going south is I don't really have anywhere to home base or troubleshoot issues like this. So we either have to head north or east to do that. Beaches in 2025. You know, back in my day we collected seashells and sand dollars. Now we collect little sea drones. Aw, little guy. Shaping up to be a pretty killer sunset. We definitely were not planning on spending it here at Cannon Beach, but I'm not mad about this at all. Wow. Well, hopefully the girls are getting a good nap in, because it might be a little bit of a long day for us, or a long night. Well, I appreciate it.
Come on, Martha. It's fun though.
Oh yeah.
Until it gets all slobbery, huh? Third time today.
I love.
I don't know how we're doing it, but we have been really nailing these sunsets at Cannon Beach. This van is goals right here. Look at this thing. Oh, there's the Instagram. Oh, it's from a different country. I just noticed the license plate. That is so cool. This will be the highlight of our trip.
Well, that's funny you said that. She just got on there and started yelling, "Best day ever!"
We'll call this Bunny Beach.
Ooh, yeah, Bunny Beach.
Let's call this Bunny.
Okay.
Oh.
So this is kind of weird, but twice now we have sat in this parking lot and had to make a tough decision to turn around. I don't even remember what it was the first time. I just remember making this drive back at night, and here we are again, rolling with the punches. Not a big deal, but I think this is where we turn around. All right, we're gonna drive a long ways, but we'll turn it into a party, okay?
Bunny music.
That was a bright boat. Goodbye, Haystack Rock. See you again soon, probably.
It's a hamster.
Here's what's going down. This isn't some existential crisis, not a big deal. I'm crushed on your guys' behalf because we had a sweet content schedule lined up for this road trip, and that's all going to be on hold. I don't know what the videos will look like over the next few days. I have completely unloaded everything and taken the hitch baskets off. I haven't unmounted all the hardware, but for the most part, this is an empty vehicle now. Took it for a short drive, came back. The back wheels are still a little bit canted, and they weren't like this before. It doesn't necessarily mean anything's broken. You guys have seen, if you've seen the last 3 videos, you know we've been on freeways, primitive back roads, snow, ice, sand trails, ocean beaches, pretty much every type of terrain, and we have not had any clunking or noises that would imply anything serious is wrong. We may have just hit the limit with this suspension, or more than likely abused it beyond what it can handle. Again, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but that upper control arm that I'm focused on right there doesn't look good to me for being an unloaded vehicle. Or actually, maybe it's this linkage that's bursting at the seams right there. One could say that is suboptimal. My dad has been helping me diagnose this stuff over text. Fun fact, in our immediate family, we have 4 Subaru Outbacks. If you needed proof, these are good vehicles. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. At this point, all roads point to Rallitek. As soon as I have this video uploaded, I'm going to shoot them an email with their situation and see what they think I need. And it'll go one of 2 ways. Either I won't be able to stomach that investment quite yet, and we'll be stuck in the Northwest doing unloaded shorter trips and adventures, or best case scenario, I can get into Rallitek within a week or so, and that will kick off the most epic West Coast road trip you've ever seen, and we'll be in a much more appropriately equipped vehicle for it. Either way, it's just another chapter in the story. We'll take you guys along for everything we can. There might be some delay on videos, but I'm thinking if I am stuck here, I may be able to answer some of the filmmaking questions you guys have been giving me. If you guys have any thoughts, let me know in the comments. If you want to see Rallitek on this rig,